Hello, vinyl community. Hey, how's everybody doing out there? Hope you're doing well and feeling well today. Today, I've got a lot to talk about, and hopefully we get it all in. A lot to go on and a lot to go forth with stuff. Lots of stuff. Okay, we're going to start this segment off. A lot of you have been sending messages to me about my brother. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And today's Monday. And this is the 6th February, if you're watching this way further ahead, 2017. My brother passed away last night at 11:30 on the 5th February. So this is, don't shut me off, don't turn off, don't turn off. This is not somber. We are going to go through his stuff that he gave me of collectibles. And this is fun. You'll be amazed. So stay tuned. Stay with me. This isn't morbid. This is about life, not death. So let me tell you, this first album is the Beach Boys. My brother was a huge, huge Beach Boys fan. So I kept his original record. And I went with him several times. There's my ticket. I went with him several times to go see the Beach Boys in concert. Didn't get to go backstage, but my brother did. My brother had a lot of connections where he lived. So he had access to get backstage. So I didn't get to go with him to this concert, but he went to go see the Monkees and got the autographs for me, had him sign the pictures. So he met the Monkees, got pictures for me. He took this picture for me, but this is James Garner. And yours truly had a very much younger age. And as you can see, it's signed James Garner. My brother took this picture, so that was kind of a special memory for me. He had friends in radio stations, and so he got into a lot of places where a lot of people don't get into. But he met a lot of people and had a lot of friends. This is another one. He got this, I got it framed. But that's Van Williams of the Green Hornet. Okay, that was bad. Try to keep it up and humorous. We're not doing a death. We're not doing a death thing. We're doing life. Life is great. So we're doing a celebration of my brother and all the people he met and all the stuff of memorabilia that he gave me. He was very big into Pink Floyd. This is his album he gave me a long time ago, and it's the super sound ones, and it is super sounding. It's fantastic, the sound quality on that. And this is another one, autograph. Sorry about the glare, trying to fix it up, but it's signed, to Brad, best wishes, and then there's the race car driver. I can't make it out from here, so I apologize. I can't read it now for you, so you're going to have to do it on your own, so pause. If you watch my videos, you know I'm pretty silly and kind of crazy and have fun. This was fun. We saw The Who. Yeah, make sure I got The Who. Saw The Who in concert. And this is the tour program from when we saw The Who. All kinds of neat pictures of The Who. And my brother got backstage passes for he and I to go meet Roger Daltrey and John Whistle and Pete Townsend. It was unbelievable. They were kind of like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Just very nonchalant. This is off of this album during that tour. This is the album. I have the ticket stub for the younger people watching. Stub. That's what we used to get, the tickets, and then they tear them in half when you go to the concerts. Don't do that. Everything's all online. I know that. I realize it. But yeah, we did that. Met The Who. It was fantastic. I got their autographs. I can't find it. I looked everywhere. My wife and I just moved into this apartment, and it's new, and I'm still unpacking stuff and still not finding stuff. And then this album by the Kinks, and as you can see, if I can find it, there's a backstage pass and the actual ticket of when we saw the Kinks. That's cool. So that was a backstage pass. I put it on here and the ticket. It's still in the shrink wrap. Kinks. I had them sign an album for me. My brother has it, but I don't know if I'll get it or not. He's, you know, a lot of stuff ended up at his place, and a lot of stuff has disappeared. And I had an album. The Kinks, all of them signed it. They signed all of that as well, the Kinks and all that. And like I said, I don't know where it is. My brother and I went to go see the Police. Unbelievable, incredible album by the Police. We went backstage to meet the guys before the concert, and that was unbelievable to meet Sting. Sting was kind of weird. He wouldn't talk to you. He just kept walking around, and he was in his time of meditation. So he was starting into that, and so he didn't want to talk. I think this one was signed. Well, no, this one's not signed. I think that's my brother's. I was nervous to meet them, to tell you the truth. You know, I was much younger. So I was nervous meeting them. And opening for them were the Go-Go's. And the big song was We're All in Heat. Oh, no, excuse me. I Got the Beat. My brother called it. We're All in Heat. By the Go-Go's. They were the opening band. This was an incredible concert to go to. The Police were phenomenal. This was an absolute incredible album. This isn't the exact same tour. I saw these guys with my brother a couple times. We went to go see the Moody Blues, the concert tour program, and I started to go backstage with them, but there were too many people going backstage. I can't hold this right, but too many people going backstage, and I did not get to go. So he went back for me. It's a big fold. It won't work. So he went backstage for me, and I gave him a record for me to have him sign for me. So like I said, we saw him 2 different times. And at that time, for this, not this one, but it's something else, we got him to sign. But this is the backstage pass of my brother's. And then there's the blue record that I had, and then I got them to sign that for me. So that's kind of cool. We also went, I forgot to grab it. I have some other stuff. We went to go see Paul Revere and the Raiders. Got backstage, got all of their autographs, and I forgot to grab that when I was getting ready to do my presentation. So I'm sorry. Maybe I'll show that next one. But it's just the tour program, and on the front cover it's Paul Revere and the Raiders and all of them. And then the big concert of all concerts was we went to go see the Stones. This is a plastic window sticker. You had to buy a Cadillac. This was the promotion thing. You had to buy a Cadillac to receive this for the Rolling Stones concert. And that was kind of neat because they're very rare. And here's the tour program. We went backstage to meet the Stones, and it was terrible. They walked in and they had the area roped off. First time I've ever been to a concert where they rope off the area, and they just kind of walked by and sort of waved, and there were a few people. There were a bunch of people backstage, and they just waved at us and kept going. We didn't get to meet any of them. We didn't get to shake hands. Keith Richards wouldn't look at us. Mick Jagger just kind of sort of casually waved and kept walking. He didn't even look. He didn't even look at us. He didn't even look at us. Can you believe it? So I was kind of sad. I would have liked to have gotten an autograph from Mick Jagger. But anyway, this is the tour program. A lot of neat pictures. The pictures in this are different than any program I've got. They're like glossy. If you can kind of see, it's got a glossy, shiny finish to it. So like I said, we saw the Stones doing that. That was great. Neat story. If I could tell you a cool story. We also met Neil Sedaka. Went backstage and met him. He was kind of a jerk to my brother, but we won't go into that. He was kind of rough. Also, when I showed you the Kinks album, I won't go back to it, but when I saw the Kinks, there was a guy who was an unknown at that time. And this unknown, my brother took pictures of he and I together. My brother's got the pictures. I've asked him for years to get the pictures, and he just never did it. But this gentleman was an unknown, and he was opening for the Kinks, and it was John Cougar Mellencamp. And Johnny Cougar ended up being very good friends with my brother. He might even be at the funeral. Who knows? But anyway, they ended up being very good friends, spending time together, hanging out together, John Cougar and my brother. Actually ended up being pretty good friends, so that's kind of a fun memory. But there were a lot of pictures of he and I was a lot younger. So I really didn't know who he was, never heard of him, because he was, at that time, his hit song was Hang On Snoopy, or, that song. Can't say it right. That was kind of his hit song. So he really didn't have the John Cougar as we know him today and didn't have the stuff. But been to his house, used to do stuff with him when I lived closer to my brother. I've been to his beach house many times where he has a beach at the beach house. My brother, like I said, did a lot of stuff with John Cougar. There were a lot of other people like that, but it was kind of neat just to show you some of the pictures of celebrities and stuff like that. My brother got pictures up for me. So when I do my room tour showing everything around here, which I am going to get to, but I'm going to get back to the vinyl because I know that's what y'all want to see. But this is kind of a fun memory of my brother and a celebration of life. I just pulled this stuff off the wall, so when I do my wall tour of the room, you'll see those pictures again because they're up on the wall. And like I said, my brother met a lot of people, and we partied with a lot of people. We even met REO, played basketball with REO back when they were big in the 80s, early 80s, I guess it was. I didn't play basketball. I was a little intimidated by them. I was a lot younger. So I was a little intimidated by meeting REO, and I've got a couple of the guitar picks they gave me, and they just, they weren't too friendly. They're just like, here, take them, kind of like, okay. But they say REO on the guitar pick. Didn't get their autographs because they were not interested in talking and signing. But the radio station where my brother had friends, all of them played basketball, and I sat on the side bleachers with some other friends and watch them play basketball. But anyway, long video for a lifetime of achievement of works by my brother. He wasn't in the music business, but he got me started into music, and as it is now, it's his fault for getting so crazy on me of collecting. So he was a lot of fun, instrumental in all that I collected. And he enjoyed my Beatle albums. He was crazy about the Beatles too. Never met any of the Beatles, but that's just some of the fun memories of a lot of other people. But who knows? Like I said, got the funeral coming up. Like I said, with him dying Sunday, John Cougar might be there. Who knows? Maybe not. He kind of towards the last days, after he got big and famous, after a couple albums, he still was my brother's friend, but he kind of distanced himself from all of us. Kind of like, oh, I'm a big celebrity now. And, he'd say to us jokingly, well, I'm John Cougar Mellencamp. And we're all like, yeah, okay, Johnny. Yeah, whatever. So my brother kind of kept shooting him down. So I think, John, that's during the time of his first divorce or his divorce. And he was pretty arrogant. So I think he lost contact with reality and people. Still had fantastic music, but just memories and a little bit of stories of all of that. And I hope you enjoyed this little memory walk with my brother's collectibles that he gave me over the years. And I hope you enjoyed it, vinyl community. And as I say, I am out of here. So take care. Take care of each other. Bye.